And I got brought into the game flipping houses using other people's money. So for the first 2 or 3 years of my career, I never flipped a house for less than $100,000 in rehab.
Feels amazing to be home. I am tired. Last one though, tonight, we rocking. Back at it like we never left. The right and the left wall, just the wall that's
just the inside.
Yep, and then run that gutter down the long wall to the downspout for the back. The book tour is a whole different animal in and of itself. You know, for the rental properties, we have a property management company. For the Airbnbs, you know, we got like boots on the ground, and then Jay, you know, handles a ton of those operations. But I mean, there's a lot of moving pieces. You know, I think we got like 4 like maintenance requests on the Airbnb just today. So definitely a lot of moving pieces with it all.
A lot of people you know, say they don't have time, or, you know, all that shit's an excuse in my opinion. You make time for what you want to make time for. You know, can you put 12 hours a day in? No, I couldn't either. You know, I put 2 to 5 hours a day into it, but it was every fucking second that I could. You know what I mean? So, you know, some people has, you know, family, some people has kids, some people has a wife, whatever it is. Outside of the kid, like be there present for the kid, but like wife, friends, you just gotta have a conversation with them. Like, yo, like, look, I'm gonna be MIA for the next 6 months. Here's why. Here's what I'm trying to do. But like, you know, I love you. I'm here. I'm gonna go to bed with you every night. But besides that, you gotta rock with me for the next 6 months. So you just gotta have a conversation with people around you.
So love all your videos, everything. We're new to real estate. I come from a marketing and technology background, so I own a marketing agency. Yep. But when I hear you talk about private money lending and, you know, the connections is really what it's all about. Is there, or why isn't there a platform that connects people to private money?
A lot of people ask this, and I'm going to talk a lot about this, but the thing with private money, like you get 100% funding, you get it at the terms that you want, they give you the rehab up front. So for the wrong person, there's a lot of risk. For the right person, it's a tremendous opportunity. So like for those types of terms, nobody would lend to somebody they don't know, to a deal that they don't know, to a market they haven't vetted. Hard money, you can do it 100%, but then it's just like every other hard money lender. Because they fund 80-90% of the deal, they charge a whole bunch of fees and everything. Just private money is just so like relationship based. It's just hard to like systematize that. So a promissory note, when you borrow the money, what I do is I have a business guarantee. So my business is promised to pay whatever it is, whomever it is, however much it is. I also sign a personal guarantee. So there is more liability for that, obviously, because if the business goes bankrupt, I'm personally still on the hook. But the reason I do that is because I would never borrow money on a deal that I wouldn't put my own money into. And it makes a lender feel a lot more comfortable. If you can borrow it just on a business guarantee, more power to you, right? Personally, I always do a personal guarantee and a business guarantee. So if the business goes bankrupt, the lender can still be comfortable that I'm still going to pay him the money back. So that can be something that you do, don't have to, but it usually helps lenders kind of get over that comfort level of lending you money. So those are kind of the terms, but I want to stress the point, like literally you can negotiate whatever you want to negotiate. I had a buddy that raised money from somebody who had money in a CD and they wanted 4% on their money to move it out of a CD to pay him money. Guess what? He's paying him 4%. If I can get money at 4%, like I own a lot more real estate. I just haven't been able to raise money that well. But again, I'm happy like 8 to 12. So it's 100% negotiable. You can do whatever you want because you're dealing with an individual. It's 100% relationship based. I've had lenders come to me like, yo, I want 2 points. I'm like, no, I'll give you 0. They're like, I'll do 1. I was like, no, I'll give you 0. They're like, all right, let's do 0. So like literally you can negotiate. If you go to a hard money lender, hard money's like, yo, it's 12%, 2 points, 80% LTV, take it or leave it. There's no negotiating with that. So private money is always the way to go when trying to get these deals funded.
300 purchase price, let's say 50K rehab budget. Do you raise more? Because I know you don't want to pay too much in interest or whatever places, but do you raise more to cover what else? What are some other costs like title, all of that? Like, How do y'all raise it? Like, do you give yourself like extra?
Yeah, so when I used to raise money, I used to be like the tight ass, right? I was like, well, if I borrow $5,000 less, I'm gonna save $50 in interest. So that's how I used to think. And then you go over budget on a few deals and you realize you're out 300 racks of your own money. You're like, oh, that's a bad idea. So now, absolutely, I overborrow for everything, but the deal has to be good enough. So you don't wanna overborrow and take it to 90% leverage because it's not a good deal. But if you get a deal at 65% all in, borrow 70 to float, you know, the utility cost, the closing cost, the interest cost. But to answer your question, that 25% is equity in the deal, or 30% is equity that you built into the deal. Because if you were to go out and buy, if I'm coming to you to buy that house for $526, I got to put 25% down on it, and the bank's going to give me a 75% loan. So instead of me buying it with 25% of my money, you're able to create your own equity in that scenario of $150,000 of equity that you don't have to put up day one, but it stays within the deal as theoretically the down payment that you would have paid. So if you default on the loan, the lender wants to have equity in the deal. So, you know, if they have to default, they're gonna have a lot of costs and all that stuff. They don't wanna lose money. So they wanna make sure you're financially invested and they have enough equity in the deal. So you don't borrow that money, it stays within the deal.
I see myself always buying houses in the hood because that's, you know, where I guess the houses they're more destroyed that I get to renovate. What is your opinion on what type of areas you should invest as you know as you start making more money? Do you think that it's still worth to be looking for these deals where you're getting houses that need a lot of work done, or would you go for nicer areas? And why?
I made a ton of money, you know, in the hood. Made a lot of money. And when I got brought into the game flipping houses using other people's money. So for the first 2 or 3 years of my career, I never flipped a house for less than $100,000 in rehab. Every single house I had over 100 grand in every single one. Made a lot of money doing it, but you see I'm going bald right now? Like, there was a lot of stress with that too. So I don't personally right now in this specific market, with, you know, things are weird right now, I'm not getting into super heavy rehabs because that's long-term, and long-term, you know, is up for debate right now. You want cash flow? Do you want to flip?
Cash flow, yeah.
You want cash flow? Do you have a lot of money today?
Yeah. I have some to invest.
So there's two ways people come into real estate, right? Some people come in broke and they have to make money. Some people come in with money and have an income stream. If you're broke and you got to make money, you flip and wholesale houses to stack cash. If you have money and or a way of making money, you know, another business, another job, another opportunity that's bringing in a lot of cash flow, then you can take that money and invest it into rental properties to produce more income, but you need a lot more money to be able to do that.
Austin book tour is amazing. Austin is amazing. What is it? Two weeks on the road was incredible. Great event.
So we can just
Get it.
we tearing down.
Jay.
The tour is finally over. We did 10 cities in 14 days. It was the best idea Austin's ever come with. I don't know how he came up with it, but it's very unique. He's the only one that's done it. Somebody's gonna copy it. It's gonna take them a few years because they have to write a book. They gotta put a team together. They're not gonna have a title sponsor like Emplora that does deals in every single state that we got to. So there's a lot of work for you hustlers to get, you know, figure out how to replicate. All right, Guru.
Super proud of this team, Emplora and Elevate team. So happy to be able to partner with them. It's a bittersweet ending. We did 10 cities, like as Jay mentioned, 10 cities in 14 days. I think Austin originally wanted 14 cities in 15 days, so, you know, 10 was plenty enough. Next time it might be like 2, maybe 3, but yeah, I know that this is a partnership that'll keep going. We're only gonna get stronger, so let's go. Round 2 coming up soon.
This was an absolutely incredible tour. I am super inspired by all the investors that we met and just seeing all the energy in these cities. Austin was incredible. The content that he put out was second to none. So super excited to continue partnering with the Elevate team and continue building in all these new markets.
I'm so freaking proud. I call him Superman for a reason. He makes all his dreams come true, and he amazes me every single day, and I cannot believe that we went on this journey, and I'm so proud. And shout out to the team. Shout out to you for coming and closing with us. I wish you were here the whole way, but you know, it is what it is, and come on, babe.
You see what I'm saying? You see what I'm saying? You see what I'm saying?
Rutherford coming soon.
Aww.
Let's get it.
Austin.